So, anong oras ngayon? It's 7:02 now, so mag-i-start na po tayo. Yan, good evening po sa inyong lahat. So, I'll start na po, no? Nagpapasalamat po ako sa inyong lahat for attending this webinar. So, I know marami pong ginagawa ang bawat isa, busy po ang bawat isa, but thank you for taking the time to attend. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of everyone. So ayan, good evening. Good evening po. Thank you for chatting. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Miss Lena. My friend, good evening po.
Good evening po. Good evening po.
Thank you po for attending this webinar. Ayan, so good evening po sa inyong lahat. So okay, so mag-i-start na po ako. So tonight, we will be discussing about moisturizing, skin barrier, and anti-aging. These three skincare concepts are often treated or often considered separately, no? Pero scientifically, they should be treated deeply connected. Kung bakit and kung paano, you will know that later as we proceed in our discussion. Okay, so but right now, inire-request ko lang po sana ang everyone to give me a wave para po mas ma-feel ko ang presence ng bawat isa. Mag-wave-wave naman po tayo dyan. Ayan. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So, bago po tayo mag-start, inaanyayahan ko lang po sana kayo na samahan ninyo ko in a prayer, in a short prayer, para makakuha po tayo ng guidance to have more learnings tonight. Okay lang po ba na mag-pray po tayo for a while? Yan. So, Lord, we want to thank you and praise you for tonight. Maraming pong salamat for all the participants who attended this webinar. Thank you for being with us. We ask for your presence to be upon us. May your wisdom, the knowledge, Lord God, that we need to understand all the teachings today may be upon us, Lord. May you be with us. We want to give you all the glory, honor, and praise, Lord God, through our activities tonight. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen. Amen. So thank you po for praying with me. So yan. So before I proceed to our topic tonight, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Chat De Los Santos. I'm a cosmetic chemist. I'm a naturopath and also a formulation education. By profession, I'm a graduate of industrial engineering from Mapua Institute of Technology. So for the past 12 years, nasa business po ako ng wellness. So dito po nag-start yung desire ko to offer my own product, my own yung mga concoction to my clients para po medyo mabigay ko what is right for them. So I pursued proper education, formal education. So nag-start po ang aking formulation journey in 2018. So that's almost more than 5 years already. And then I studied first as a formulator in School of Natural Skincare in UK. And then I pursued more education and I studied cosmetic science in IPCS, and that is on Australia. So I'm also a member of Philippine Society for Cosmetic Science and International Federation of Societies of Cosmetic Chemists. So, international affiliation naman po ito. So, what do? I do formulate skincare, hair care products for business clients. So I have clients po na mga dermatologists, aesthetic clinics, and some individuals who wanted to have their own brand. So yan, so I do formulation, so from product concept, product development, and up to finished product po ito. So i-deliver ko na lang sa kanila for their selling. So yan, so that's what I do. And also I have my own brand, which is Evoa Skincare. And I do teachings, I do trainings, and like this in webinars. So yan, so that's what's my activities as a cosmetic chemist. Okay, so to begin, to start with our topic, as I mentioned a while ago, we are treating symptoms like dryness, sensitivity of the skin, or the skin barrier problems or issues, and anti-aging separately. But scientifically, they should be treated interconnectedly. So magkaka-connect po sila, no? Mahirap po na isa-isahin natin. That's because sometimes kapag inisa-isa natin yung pag-address to each problem, mas nagkakaroon ng problema, mas maraming nasasayang. So, ibig sabihin, nasasayang yung product, mas nasasayang yung pera kasi hindi tama yung proper treatment. Okay? So, most people don't lack products. They lack an understanding of what the skin actually needs. So, tonight, I hope you will be able to learn kung ano po yung proper thing na gagawin natin to address these skin issues. But before that, I want to give you a background about our skin architecture, or the 3 layers of our skin. So one is the epidermal layer, and then the dermal layer, and the hypodermis. So with the epidermal layer, so this is the outermost protective layer of our skin. It contains the stratum corneum. So yung ating pong epidermal layer, it composed of 5 sublayers. So one is the stratum corneum. So yun po yung ating natatouch. So dito po umiikot yung mga products na ginagamit natin. Okay? So primarily, this is responsible for our barrier function and hydration regulation. So with our with cosmetic regulator, which is FDA, or the Food and Drug Administration, that follows the regulation of EU. So as in the Philippines, nagpa-follow po tayo sa EU, no? So kung ano man yung mga rulings nila, that's what they implement. So they wanted na yung ating mga products will only will only claim for the health of our epidermal layer. So hindi po natin pwedeng i-claim na that it can reach up to the dermal layer. Bakit? Ano po ba yung nasa dermal layer? This is the mid layer, so the middle layer of our skin, and this is where our collagen, elastin, extracellular matrix, and blood vessels are housed. Okay? So nandito po siya. So yung stability ng skin, yung firmness ng skin is here. So kaya po dyan, merong collagen, yung elasticity ng ating skin. So nandito po sa dermal layer. So the FDA, or the Food and Drug Administration, is not allowing that we claim certain claims na it can reach up to the dermal layer of the skin, because when you say that, it's already changing the physiological components or effect of our body, no? So hindi po allowed na i-claim natin na nagbabago tayo ng physiological aspect of our body. So hanggang doon lang po tayo sa ating epidermal layer. Okay? So is that clear po? Can you please type yes kung very clear din po ito? Yes, okay. Thank you so much. So yan, so it's a cosmetic claims lang po tayo. So that is correct. Okay, so and also the third layer is up to the hypodermis. This is the deepest layer of the skin. So nandyan po yung ating mga fats, connective tissues that provide support to the upper layer of the skin. Okay, so kaya dun lang po tayo magfo-focus in the epidermal layer of the skin. But before I proceed, I just wanted to know, sino po ba dito yung nag-attend as a consumer? Please type C if you are a consumer and then you wanted to know para malaman mo paano maa-address yung mga problema in moisturization, skin barrier, and then anti-aging, please type C. Yan. And then kung kayo naman po is business enthusiast or business brand owner, please type B. So yan. So I would know kung sino po yung kasama ko dito. Yan, okay. So most of us are consumers. So gusto niyo pong malaman kung paano, ano yung kailangan yung gamitin to address certain conditions. Okay, so meron din po tayong B, mga business owners, business enthusiasts, mga brand owners, business enthusiasts. Yan, thank you so much for answering. Okay, so tanggalin ko lang tong mga umaharang. Yan. So, going back to the stratum corneum, so dito po, as mentioned a while ago, dito po ina-address yung nandito po yung skin barrier natin. We are specifically referring to the stratum corneum of the outermost layer of the skin. So dito po natin nakikita yung the structural model, which is the brick and cement. So ano po yun? The brick and mortar. So the bricks are the corneocytes, which is the dense skin cells packed with keratin. So siya po yung nagbibigay ng physical block sa ating epidermal layer. Okay? And then, in between our skin cells, there is the mortar. So the mortar is the lipid matrix. So ito po yung parang cement na in between our skin cells, siya yung nag-a-attach together to our skin cells. So this mortar or lipid matrix is composed of the natural ceramides, cholesterol, and free fatty acids. So the percentages that you are seeing there are the average component of the ceramides, cholesterol, and free fatty acids. But because of certain conditions, nagkakaroon po ng depletion dito. And one of that, syempre, is yung aging of our skin. So, nagkakaroon po ng changes in the chemical composition or the lipid composition of our skin. Okay? And then, so ano po ba yung mechanism ng ating skin barrier? So, how will we know or how we differentiate if we have healthy skin barrier or we have an impaired skin barrier? So first, with healthy barrier, with the diagram that you can see right now, the water is being retained. So nandun lang siya sa loob, nagwo-work siya to hydrate our skin, our epidermal layer. And actually, yung depletion of our water is normal. So every day nagbabago po yung the water content of our body. Pero pag healthy ang ating skin or ang ating barrier, unti-unti po siyang natatanggal. Unti-unti po siyang nadideplete. So that's the work of our skin barrier. Whereas if the skin barrier is impaired, nagkakaroon ng structural gaps. So anong ibig sabihin kapag skin barrier is impaired? So nawawala yung nag-glue, yung pinaka-cement, which is the lipids in our cells. So in effect, yung water content, the natural water content in our body, lumilipad po siya. It evaporates. So ang nangyayari, doon po nagkakaroon ng transepidermal water loss. So with the healthy skin, there are some irritants outside. So may mga stressors, no? But if we have a healthy barrier, nagkakaroon po siya ng blockage. Yung nagbablock po na yun is the skin barrier. So with the impaired skin barrier, nako-compromise po ang ating lipid matrix, which makes the irritants penetrating. Okay? So may nagpe-penetrate po na mga irritants, mga yung anything, mga stressors na pwedeng pumasok sa ating skin barrier. Okay? So that's why it's very important na healthy ang ating skin barriers na sometimes hindi po natin naiisip or hindi tayo aware that our skin barrier is being damaged already. Okay? So yan. So that's the difference of a healthy and impaired skin barrier. Okay? So now, we will define dry and versus dehydrated skin. So most of the time, meron pong misconception na parang kapag sasabihin natin, naku, nada-dry na yung skin ko, kulang na ako ng water. So meron po akong mga naririnig na ganon, na ang feeling na kapag dry, kulang ng water. Pero in reality, if the skin is dry, that means it lacks oil. Okay? So when the skin is dehydrated, it means it lacks water. So clear po ba yon? So can you please type yes kung clear po siya? Kung it's a new information po ba sa inyo? Or you learned this tonight na that is the distinction between the two. Yan, thank you for answering. So it's clear na kapag dry, ibig sabihin, we lack oil. And then kapag dehydrated ang skin, we lack water in our skin. So for dry skin, basically the classification, this is a skin type. Sometimes it's generic or genetic, okay? And then for dehydrated skin, the classification is a skin condition. So skin conditions lang siya na sometimes it can be temporary. Pero pagdating kapag dry skin, usually persistent siya. Okay? So kapag ang skin is dehydrated, most of the time, if you give hydration like proper product with good water, yung maganda yung water formulation with water content, mas nagiging temporary lang siya. So pag nilagyan mo siya ng right product, nagiging hydrated na ang skin. Pero with dryness, it's really have to be intentional. especially if the cause is genetic. Okay, so kapag sobrang dry ng skin, we really have to have a unintentional way to address the dry skin issue. Okay, so for the one of the skin conditions, okay, na nagsasabi that the skin or the skin barrier is impaired is the person is having, pero ano po ito, in general, the person is having eczema. So one example if the person is having eczema or atopic dermatitis. So usually ang impairment po nito is nasa skin barrier, pero not all the time. Okay, generally, kapag meron pong eczema or atopic dermatitis, the problem is skin barrier. So, nagkakaroon po ng matinding dryness ang skin. So, that's why it's really good to hydrate, to give proper moisturization kapag po ang ating skin, kapag if you know someone na merong atopic dermatitis or eczema. So it's really intentional to address it properly with the right product and right lifestyle. So kasi hindi lang naman as a naturopath, I can say that ang mga eczema or ang atopic dermatitis is also because of the lack of the leaky gut. Okay? Because of our leaky gut. So isa po yung factor kaya nagkakaroon ng problema with the atopic dermatitis and skin barrier. So yan. So ano po yung effect kapag meron pong dryness of the skin? So the skin may feel rough or flaky. Kasi nga sa sobrang dryness, no, nagfe-flake na yung ating skin. And then kapag dehydrated naman ng skin, it often feels tight. So because of the tightness, doon nagkakaroon ng mga fine lines and then nawawala siya or na-address kapag binigyan, sinuplayan ng tamang moisturization, tamang water sa skin. Okay? So ano po ba yung fundamentals of barrier repair? So paano natin siya ma-address? So kanina, as we mentioned, our lipid matrix is composed of ceramides, cholesterol, and fatty acids because ceramides, it rebuild fundamental structure. So siya po yung nagre-rebuild ng structure ng ating skin. And the cholesterol, it improves barrier flexibility and the fatty acids reinforces the lipid matrix. So, kung nadideplete po yung natural ceramides, cholesterol, and fatty acids of our skin, it's good to supply it with the right ceramides, cholesterol, and fatty acids through the products that we are using. Kaya kanina, na-mention ko, it's really intentional kapag nagkakaroon po ng dryness. So it really works hand in hand. So they are really interconnected. The barrier issues, the dryness or the moisturization issue. So dahil interconnected po sila. So it's good to supply it with the right product. So to elaborate lang po ang ating fatty acids kasi usually hindi naman readily available yung mga ceramides or the cholesterol. So it helps also to use the right fatty acids. Ano po ba yon? These are the oils that are rich in linoleic acid. So, linoleic acid, masyado naman siyang technical. So, ano po ba yung example of oils that are rich in linoleic acid? So, one is sunflower. Also, safflower. And later, I'll give you more examples of the oils that are rich in fatty acids, or the linoleic acid. Okay? So, following po, please type yes if you are following. All right, so I'll proceed. Thank you. So this is important to know kung especially marami po tayong participants dito na consumers, no? And then also yung so it's good to know this product. So alam niyo po kung ano yung mga hahanapin ninyo in the product that you are using. And then for those attendees natin who are brand owners, brand enthusiasts, it's also important to know about the formulation. So with formulation rule, repairing the barrier is not about adding strong actives. Minsan, kahit lagay tayo ng lagay ng mga actives, nababaliwala siya if this is not the right actives to be used. So this is about restoring the structures. So ano po yung best product to restore the barrier and the moisture of the skin? So these are the creams and lotions. So these are preferred over serums. So because they inherently contain necessary lipids. Later, we will discuss ano po ba yung composition ng isang cream. Why this can help the barrier repair and the moisturization of the skin. Okay, so bakit a cream and lotion versus serums? Okay? So, next is the science of the moisturization. So, from here, from this diagram, I will discuss from the bottom up. Okay? So, we will start with humectants. So, ano ba yung mga humectants ninyo? Para alam ninyo kung ano yung hahanapin ninyo when you buy a product or you want to sell a product. So, number one, if you want to address dehydration of the skin, humectants are very important. Ano po ba yung role ng humectants? These attract water into the stratum corneum. So within the stratum corneum, syempre underneath meron tayong natural water, and then in the environment meron pong water from the environment, no? So the purpose of the humectant is to pull the water in from that environment. That's why humectants in a formulation is very important. So ano po yung example ng humectant? So one is glycerin, hyaluronic acid, urea, sodium PCA, and the like. Okay? So yan po yung mga possible, yung mga pwede nyong hanapin in one formulation. Okay, so humectants is also the vehicle to bring in the actives inside our skin. Okay? So, siya yung nagdi-deliver. So, depende po sa formulation, depende sa ganda nung humectant na ginagamit, it can reach up to the deeper layer of skin. Sometimes, it can reach up to the dermal layer. Okay? Kaya lang nga, as a brand owner, hindi po natin pwedeng i-claim given the rules of the FDA na hindi po tayong pwedeng mag-claim na it reaches up to the dermal layer of the skin. It can stimulate collagen. Hindi po natin siya pwedeng directly mag-claim ng ganon. Why? Because it can only already change the physiological aspect of our skin, which is a no-no. Kasi kapag nag-change siya ng physiological aspect of our skin, that means yung product natin is considered a drug. That's why, yun po yung differentiation between cosmetic and a drug product. So, hindi po inaalaw ni FDA na i-claim natin na nagre-reach up to the dermal layer yung ating mga product. Kumbaga, hindi po natin maiwasan na mag-reach doon. So, sa ganda po ng mga materials na ginagamit natin, it's a plus na nagre-reach to that layer. So, ibig sabihin, ang benefit lang dun for us, especially if we are a brand owner, we are giving the right product to our clients, to our consumers. So, for the consumers here, makikita natin yung effect ng product sa ating skin. Okay? So kung maganda yung penetration ng ating product to the skin. Okay? And then next is the emollients. Okay? Emollients is also a lipids. So it smoothened and softened the skin by filling the cellular gap. So kanina yung sinabi natin na bricks and mortar principle. So the bricks is our skin cells and the mortar is our lipid matrix. So yung mga emollients na yun yung nag-fill in the gaps between our cells. So, ibig sabihin, binubuo niya yung mga bricks, di ba? So, nawawala ng gaps between our skin cells. So, nape-prevent yung transepidermal water loss na na-mention ko kanina. Okay? And next, and lastly is the occlusive. So, occlusives are the shield of our stratum corneum. These occlusives seals the surface to drastically reduce transepidermal water loss. So parang siya yung nag-guard, siya yung nag-shield ng water content of our skin. So as you can see, with these three components, this can already address the three aspects that I mentioned from the start about dehydration, moisturization, skin aging, yung dryness, yung skin barrier problem. So with these three components, maa-address na yung problem natin in these three areas. Okay, so for our insight here, moisturizing is a system. So it is not a single ingredient. So kung titingnan nyo, iba-iba po yan. But humectant alone is insufficient without barrier support. So ibig sabihin, yes, internally, we are drinking the right amount of water. Beneficial po siya for the overall health of our body para sa ating mga internal organs, no? Pero in terms of our skin, hindi po magre-retain yung water na binibigay natin to our skin if we don't have the right occlusives, if we don't have the right shield. Okay, so is that clear? So kung wala po tayong right pang-seal, right skin barrier, so those water na nilagay natin sa skin natin from product or from the water that we are taking in, mababaliwala din po siya. Okay? So, are you following again? So I just want to know kung baka hindi ako mabilis. Can you please type yes? Kung yes, you are following. So may question po tayo dito. Babalikan po natin to later para magtuloy-tuloy lang po tayo. Okay, so yan, yes, thank you po for that confirmation that you are following. So now, I'll proceed. So for the formulation, insight, and reality check, going back to our humectant here, I will discuss ano-ano ba yung mga properties or yung mga strength of each humectants na na-mention ko kanina. So number one is glycerin, which is the most popular humectant in every product. So this is very effective humectant, and this is in a way the cost is just right in a formulation. So very highly effective siya. And then this is a foundational humectant. So across yung sa mga uh, formulators, mga product builders, creators. So most of the time, we are using glycerin. Unfortunately, kapag hindi tama yung gamit, it can feel heavy. It can feel sticky kapag higher yung concentration. Technically, glycerin is allowed to use up to 10%. So this is for our brand owners, no? Not necessarily nagagawa po kayo ng product assuming you are having your own product and someone is doing that for you. It's best also to know this para at least you know how to talk to your manufacturer, how to tell them na itong gusto kong yumaktan para maganda yung delivery ng effect ng product ko. Okay? So going back with glycerin, if it's too high, it will feel heavy. And if it's too low naman, magsasuffer naman yung water, yung pulling in of the water. Okay? And yung delivery niya to our in the inside part of our skin. So kapag sobrang baba naman nung glycerin or sobrang baba nung percentage. So kaya usually the percentage that is being used is 5% to make it balance. Okay? Kasi with 5% up to 5%, tama yung delivery, tama yung concentration without stickiness, without heavy feeling. So it's good to know, once you are formulating, it's good to know these mga guidelines for you to maximize and then maging maganda yung delivery of your product, and then your consumer will really see na maganda yung texture ng product ninyo. So, hindi lang kasi siya, it's not just about function. So, texture is also important kasi sometimes ang ganda nga ng function, pero yung texture naman ng product is very sticky, hindi na rin natutuwa ang ating consumer. So next is hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is very popular na water binder. So usually nakikita natin siya as active ingredient, no? Yun yung pang front in the mga product labels with hyaluronic acid. Yun yung pinaka front as an active ingredient. But actually hyaluronic acid is a humectant. It's good to plump the skin. However, this is very highly sensitive. Sensitive to heat, sensitive siya in the processing. So, meaning, kapag hindi tama yung formulation, so the hyaluronic acid will be degraded. So, hindi rin po natin makikita yung good effect of the hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is also expensive. So, nasa middle siya, no, na it's not cheap, it's not that expensive, it's just right, pero, of course, masasayang siya if we don't use it right, okay? If we don't formulate it right. Okay? So, number 3, so another type of humectant is sodium PCA. The sodium PCA is very good hyaluronic or very good humectant. So, this is high-end. So, maganda po yung delivery niya in our skin, inside the skin. Magandang gamitin siya as a vehicle, as a tool, and then maganda po yung water retention na nabibigay ng sodium PCA. Unfortunately, medyo higher cost siya. So syempre, depende sa kinikater natin na client, if we will be using sodium PCA, it will be very pricey. But if you see a product na tama lang yung price, and then they are using sodium PCA, you balance this also. Baka they are adding some humectant then kasi they cannot put high content because of the price. Okay? Okay, so not all hydrating ingredients behave the same. So with the three types of humectants, you saw already their differences, yung kung ano yung mga properties nila, how they differ in the pricing, in its nature. So they really behave differently, no? And the effectiveness depends on formulation conditions, not just concentration. So the key is proper formulation. Okay? So that's all about the skin hydration, skin moisturization, and skin barrier. Okay, so before we proceed to the next topic, can I just ask if this is clear? If you are following, can you please type yes? Okay, so thank you. Okay, so for our next topic, this is about skin aging. Okay, so yung anti-aging products na sinasabi natin. Sorry. So there are two kinds of aging, the intrinsic aging and the extrinsic aging. So intrinsic aging is the natural biological aging. So ito yung naturally, it slows down the cell turnover. Naturally, our skin reduces collagen production over time. So hindi natin siya maiiwasan, but we can defy. So based on our lifestyle and based on the products that we are using. So the products and the lifestyle supports each other. Okay? So it's really happening. So kung wala po tayong pang-support, it will really degrade. So magkakaroon talaga tayo ng mga signs of aging if we don't do proper care to our skin. And then the extrinsic aging naman, this is the mga outside, okay? Outside stressors, the UV exposure. So mga external to, no? External stressors like UV exposure, which is the number one factor, pollution, lifestyle, results in rapid collagen breakdown and oxidative stress. That's why it's very important to use the right product to address such oxidation and lifestyle. Okay? So ano po yung mga interventions or pwede nating gawin to address intrinsic and extrinsic aging? So number one is to have something that will make our cell turnover faster. So something that will rebuild our collagen. Okay? Yung stimulation lang po. It's not really talagang ma-fill in or ma-reproduce, pero it stimulates the production of collagen. Okay, so one is by using of retinoids. Okay, so retinol and alpha hydroxy acid. So yung mga alpha hydroxy acids are glycolic, lactic acid, mandelic acid, and mandelic acid is the most, ito yung pinaka-safest na type of acids because of its nature. Malalaki po yung molecules niya, so it doesn't easily penetrate the skin. Okay, so kaya with the mandelic acid, it's easier po to use na hindi po tayo mag-aalala that it will affect our skin negatively. However, syempre, because it's still acid, kailangan pa rin po ng proper balance. And normally, because it's a good cell turnover, ito pong retinoids and AHAs, or AHAs, nagkakaroon po ng abuse in using. Kaya kung familiar po kayo with mga Rejuve, no? Rejuve sets, so nandyan po yung mga pampabilis ng cell turnover. Kaya lang po with overuse, without guidance, nagkakaroon po ng dryness, nagsasuffer po ang ating skin barrier over time. Okay, so proper use and proper knowledge in using those retinoids and AHAs are encouraged if you are using this para hindi po siya ma-abuse. And also for the signaling molecules, there are peptides like copper tripeptide because those peptides po are sila po yung nagsisignal to our skin for skin repair. Okay? So, it's good to have peptides. That's why this is also used for hydration, for skin barrier, dahil nga po maganda siya to give signals to our skin. And then protection is the antioxidants like vitamin C, vitamin E, and the sunscreen. Okay? So that's for our aging. Okay? So for mga anti-aging formulation paradox, many DIYers and consumers apply strong anti-aging products to unstable skin. So minsan, especially yung kanina na mention ko, we are using overusing of retinoids, AHA, kasi nga pampabilis siya ng cell turnover. So, pampaganda po ng skin, nandiyan yung minsan nababanat yung skin natin without knowing that yung pagbanat na yon is a hint already that our skin barrier is being depleted. So, medyo nasisira na po yung skin barrier natin over time. So kapag na-overuse yung paggamit natin nitong mga cell turnover products, yung pampabilis ng cell turnover products, nasisira po yung ating skin barrier over time. Kasi may mga strong ahas na syempre yung pagbabalat no ng skin, so it depleted yung protection natin in our skin. So anti-aging applied without barrier support is equal to irritation and inflammation. So kanina, based on our illustration, kapag nasisira po yung ating skin barrier, nandyan na po pumapasok yung mga irritants, yung mga yung UV rays, okay? So kaya nagkakaroon na po ng inflammation in our skin. So if there is anti-aging, pero without proper hydration, it reduces ingredient efficacy. So nababaliwala yung mga ina-apply natin na mga anti-aging products. Okay? So kahit na gumamit tayo ng anti-aging product but we don't have the right structure, nababaliwala po siya. Okay? So ito po yung nangyayari to our skin health. Okay, so this is the skin health loop. So it's starting with weak barrier. So from weak barrier, syempre, it triggers na the increase of transepidermal water loss. So anong mangyayari? If there is a an increase of transepidermal water loss. So there is dehydration. So nagde-dehydrate na yung skin natin, which leads to impaired enzyme function and repair that causes chronic barrier stress. So nai-stress na yung ating skin barrier that causes skin aging. So nag-accelerate po yung ating skin ang ating skin. So the more you will see the lines, the wrinkles in our skin. So you see, so upon with this cycle, you will see that they are connected. So from weakening of our barrier up to yung dehydration that it gives to our skin, so it causes aging. So doon po nagiging visible yung signs of aging. So a compromised surface ultimately destroys the structural core. So ano po yung leveling natin? So how do we treat those skin conditions that I mentioned? So for number one, of course, we have to address the foundation. So as mentioned, nag-i-start siya with the weakening of our barrier. So doon din natin i-address, doon din natin i-start in addressing the barrier, the health of our skin. So we have to address our barrier health. This is really the foundation. So the lipid matrix that allows the skin to retain water, block irritants, and tolerate treatment. So next, so kapag we already have the healthy barrier, so the moisture of our skin balances as well. So yung water retention is there because we have the right lipid in our skin cells. Okay, so nagkakaroon tayo ng right wall kasi nga nawawala yung mga gaps. So the skin cells are being intact. Okay, so yun yung nagsiserve as a wall in our skin. So in effect, if our barrier is healthy and we have the right balance, so yung signs of aging natin will really so the anti-aging that we are using, which is the Roof, it will affect with the right product that we are using, it will have a good effect in our skin. Okay? So with the interventions of the right product to repair our structural degradation and stimulate collagen, to stimulate our collagen. Okay? So first is to address the barrier health of our skin and then balance our moisture, and then it will follow yung sa mga skin aging concerns natin. Okay? So yung mga signs of our skin aging will also address if our barrier and moisture is good. Okay? So if they are functioning well. Okay? So clear po ba? Can you please type yes if clear? Okay, so yan. Thank you. So now, paano naman natin i-evaluate? So these are the product evaluation framework. Siyempre, if we are addressing something, we have to know the root cause. Ano po ba yung ina-address natin? So step 1 is we have to identify the condition of our skin. So, and then step 2, match the right product. And then step 3, we have to select na the right ingredient. Okay, so for step 1, for example, we are suffering from dehydration. So, paano po natin ito i-match with the right function? So, syempre, kailangan natin ng water in our skin. So, we need humectants. Okay? And then if our problem is barrier, so if our barrier is already impaired, we need lipids. So to prevent dryness, so we need something that has ceramides and fatty acids. And then if we are really concerned with the fine lines that we are seeing on our face, so ibig sabihin ang problema natin are the aging, no? Yung signs of aging. So we need naman cell turnover and protection. So ano naman yon? So we need retinoids, antioxidants that will protect our skin cells. So in our formulation, choose the right product type first, build a supportive base formula, and then add actives, and then check for chemical compatibility. Okay, so actually, as I mentioned a while ago, if we already addressed the problem in dehydration, in moisturization, and in our barrier health, the aging signs of aging will follow. Okay, so it will also be addressed. Hindi na po siya makahalata. Okay, so it will be less visible if we already address the first two main problems of our skin. Okay, so now I want to give you a sample formulation. So with this sample formulation, you will see what product is best or what type of product is best to address these conditions. So this formulation, this sample formulation is a cream. So a cream composed of water and oil. Okay? So water and oil has to combine together. So syempre hindi siya pwedeng mag-combine together. So I will show you ano po yung nagko-combine sa kanila. But first, I will discuss with you, it is in different phases. So with phase 1 or phase A, it contains water. So all those waters can address dehydration. Okay? So with water, so literally the water. And then for me, I also use as part of my water some botanical water or some botanical hydrosol, because aside from the water content that they are giving, they can also give proper moisturization, proper to address inflammation. It has antibacterial properties. That's why I'm combining with botanical hydrosols or botanical water. So with this, I use rose hydrosol. Okay, and then meron na rin siyang innate fragrance. So meron na po siyang natural fragrance which will help in making the product attractive, no? Or sa part of the aesthetics niya. And then I have here the humectant. So I use vegetable glycerin. Okay? And then I am using allantoin. Allantoin is a good skin smoothing. So nakakaalis siya ng mga nakakatanggal po ng mga irritation, yung mga feeling na irritated skin, and then it gives a good moisturization. So this is the first phase, the water phase, which can address dehydration. Okay? And for the phase B, so we have emulsifiers. For the first two, these are the emulsifier and co-emulsifier. So para saan po ito? As mentioned, this is water and oil. So it composed of water and oil. So we need something that will bind them together, and that is the emulsifier. So yun po yung role niya. And good thing with the emulsifier, it's not only for stability. It can only be used for skin conditioning, for skin moisturization. So it added the benefits. in the other lipid contents of the product. So here I have shea butter. The shea butter is the lipid, emollients, and the occlusive. So if I will ask you here, isang question lang, what does the occlusive here can do? Ano po yung ginagawa niya based doon sa tinakal natin kanina? I'll give you options. It can address hydration po ba? It can address it can give sealing to the skin, nagsiseal ng water. So alin po dun sa dalawa ang ginagawa ng occlusive? Please type in our, yes, thank you, Miss Caroline, for answering. So that's that gives sealing, or it seals the water to our skin, okay? And then I have here the olive esqualane, the jojoba, the argan oil, and the triglyceride, caprylic triglyceride. So these are lipid and emollients, okay? So this gives good moisturization for the skin. So as you can see with my face B, there is something that will address the skin barrier health. And then there's also oils that is responsible for good moisturization. Okay? And then for my face C, it has copper tripeptide, snail extracts that I mentioned. Copper tripeptide is a good signaling to our skin na, hey, mag-repair ka na. Okay? So that's good for skin repair, skin healing. So yan. And then for the snail extract naman is good for moisturization, and it can also addresses like mga skin inflammation. So yan. So this is the actives. Excuse me. So these are the actives. So they are, sorry. The actives, that's for anti-aging. Okay, so to address, to give support, to minimize yung visibility, okay, of the signs of aging. And then I also have the tocopherol, vitamin E as antioxidant. So with our samples from phase A, phase B, and phase C, you will see that it can address dehydration, it can address moisturization and skin barrier repair. Together with the actives, it's a combination for moisturization, anti-aging, and skin barrier repair. Okay? So with one formulation, I can already get I can already address the 3 issues in the skin. Kaya yung na-mention ko a while ago, that cream, the body lotion kasi is also a form of cream. Iba lang yung thickness niya, iba lang yung viscosity niya, but basically, it's a form of cream. So this is good to address these conditions, whereas with the serum, it only contains water-soluble actives. If ever there is lipids, it's very minimal. Okay? So with that, with the topic that we are discussing now, this with the cream, we can address lots of issues in the skin when it comes to moisturization, skin barrier issue, and dehydration. Okay, and then skin aging. Okay, although I'm not saying na hindi naman pala effective ang serum. I will not use serum. Magki-cream na lang ako. So I'm not saying that. Cream is helpful to address this concern, and it also depends on how it is formulated. That's why it's very important for you to know ano ba yung mga components ng products na yon. Yes, it's for, if the claim is for hydration, like for example, it's hyaluronic cream. Hyaluronic is a humectant, 'di ba? So are the other components has a good moisturization. So depende pa rin po with the formulation. And then with the serum naman, normally serum has to have a highly concentrated active ingredient. So serum is a support for certain conditions. So for example, the active ingredients in the serum that is being used to address hydration, like the hyaluronic acid nga. So if the serum has higher content of hyaluronic acid, it's a good support to the cream that you have. Okay, so I'm not saying that serum is useless. Kukunin nyo yung higher content from the serum. So it's also good to have a serum. Depende po sa skin condition that you are addressing. Okay? Is that clear? Can you please type yes if that is clear? With our sample formulation? Yes, thank you. Okay. Next. So right now, ito naman ang ating simple routine, no? How to build an effective skincare routine. Okay? So for morning, it's best, of course, na ini-start natin our day with a proper cleanser, gentle cleanser. So usually, we are using soap. Soap, yung traditional na bar that is made of lye and oil, no? Ito yung nakasanayan natin na ginagamit as our cleanser. Unfortunately, if this is made of lye and oil, the lye there has high pH level. So like, as in very high, like pH 9, pH 10, and we cannot adjust the pH level of a sodium hydroxide in that soap. One, because sodium hydroxide will be degraded or it will suffer the stability of the product kung i-adjust yung pH. So kasi by nature, sodium hydroxide has high pH, and pag nilower mo yung pH, the stability of the sodium hydroxide there will also suffer. Okay, so magiging soft soap na siya. Plus, kapag gumawa kayo ng that lye and soap or that lye and oil, mas mabilis po siyang lumapot, as in it's time sensitive na dapat kapag minix mo siya, done na yung process, you have to pour it already in a container. Okay, once you pour it in a container, it's already starting to harden. Once it hardens, you cannot adjust the pH. Okay, so normally hindi talaga ina-adjust yung pH ng ng product ng soap na made of lye. Okay, so kaya hindi po siya gentle to our skin. So nagkakaroon po ng pH imbalance. So it is still best to use something that is liquid form para po kayang i-change yung pH in case that there are ingredients that's used in that product that is too acidic and too alkaline, pwede pong i-adjust yung pH. Okay? And then we need in the morning the hydration and barrier support. So this is a cream form. And then of course, we have to top it with sunscreen. And for evening, the evening routine, we need cleanser again to remove the impurities that we got throughout the day, and then we need our treatment or active. So dito pumapasok yung serums natin, and then but it has to be topped with moisturizer and slash barrier support product. Okay, so kung meron po tayong additional treatment that needs a high concentration, we can use a serum, but we have to top it with moisturizer or something with barrier support. Okay? So next, this is the list of products. So the functional ingredient framework for skin health. So this is my guide to hydration, moisturizing, barrier repair, and anti-aging. Okay, so here you will see the categories. So the hydration slash water retention. Ano po yung function niya? This increases water content in skin. So ano po yung ingredients na yon? So the glycerin, hyaluronic acid, sodium PCA, urea, betaine, panthenol, aloe vera. So aloe vera is one humectant as well. Okay? So these are just samples. So marami pang klase po ng humectants. So these are just some. And then for moisturization, emollient support, this improves softness, reduce roughness, and reduce TEWL. So for the ingredients that we need is the esqualane, caprylic capryc triglyceride, shea butter, cocoa butter, jojoba, and coconut alkanes. So this focus on skin feel and moisture retention and so on. So pwede nyo po itong picturean so you have a guide. So if you are a consumer, you can check ano yung titingnan nyo when you buy a certain product for your skin to address certain condition of your skin. So if you are a brand owner, so at least you have a guide what is best for the product that you want to offer to your consumer. Okay? So you can take a picture of this as your guide. Okay, so we are now in our ending. So to recap, to summarize everything, healthy skin is not achieved by adding more products. It is achieved by understanding how the skin works and building the architecture from the ground up. So kanina yung illustration natin, so we have to, it's like a pyramid, no? We start from the bottom, we have to address the skin barrier, the moisture, and then the signs of aging. Okay? So from theory to application, you understand everything. So ito po yung theories. Understanding is one thing, but formulating is another. So every ingredient, percentage, and condition matters. So as a brand owner, so I encourage you to also understand the formulation aspect. So kanina we already understand the ingredients, so how it works, so what its nature ng mga skin conditions natin, but it's also good to understand how it is being formulated. So whether you do it yourself or this is done by a manufacturer for you, it's also best to understand how it is being done. Okay, so now I would like to offer you my upcoming training. So this is a practical skincare formulation workshop, formulating functional skincare for hydration and moisturizing, barrier repair, and skin protection, and anti-aging support. So ano po yung training highlights dito? So it's a hands-on formulation of cream, serum, and cleansing products for hydration, barrier repair, and anti-aging support. So you will also know ingredient selection, understanding more the humectants, emollients, occlusives, and active system. Yung formulation workflow and product structure. So you will know how to build with the right structure and right stability. Okay, so I will also introduce a beginner-friendly cosmetic formulation guidance. So I will also discuss a practical introduction to stability, yung emulsion, yung about the emulsifiers that we discussed a while ago, pH considerations, and you will learn how to formulate and structure products and its performance. Okay? So for the inclusion, you will be given a guided hands-on workshop. There will be live formulation demonstration, and then participant product creation, and then you will have formulation tools and equipment. You will be given raw materials during the workshop, and then you have learning materials and handouts, and you will be given a certificate of participation. So I have different schedules for the month of June for this workshop. So you will just need, so if you're interested, you can only choose one. So this is between 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. I have June 6, June 13, and June 20, June 21, and June 26. So kung ano po yung available schedule nyo, you can choose from there. And the regular rate for this is 4,500. But since you took time to attend this webinar, I have an exclusive offer for you. So this is just 3,900 if you avail it tonight. Okay, so this is good for 15 slots per session. So every sessions I have here, I can only accommodate 15 slots. Okay. So if you want to register, you can take a photo of our QR code here. So again, this is good for 15 slots per session only. And while we are waiting for you in doing that, I can entertain questions. So if you want to raise questions right now, so this is the best time po to raise your questions here in our chat space. Okay, meron po bang question? Okay. May question po tayo kay Miss Christina Baculo. Do you also cater to brand owners po for formulation? Do you mean if I can formulate for you? If I can do products for you? Are you referring to that? In this question. If you are, Miss Christina, yes po. Yan, yes po. Yes, Miss Christina, I do formulation for clients. So as mentioned during my intro, About myself, I do from product concept, product development, and up to manufacturing of the product. So as in, I can already give you the finished product. So you will just need to sell it. So if you want it registered with FDA, I can also facilitate in the registration of FDA. So it is kung medyo syempre gusto nyo na talagang stable business, stable brand, better po talaga na it is registered with FDA. So I can help you as well on that. So usually, if you wanted to discuss about this, I meet initially through Zoom. So I will know, I will understand ano po yung requirement nyo, yung product requirement nyo, kung meron po kayong ingredients or the active ingredients in mind. So we can discuss it, we can collaborate, and I can also suggest kung ano po yung products that you wanted to offer to your clients. Okay? So yan. So thank you then, Miss Christina. So we will keep in touch with you. Paki-note na lang, Mr. Edward. So we can in touch with Miss Christina. Okay po. So with that, you can also, I want to give you our social media addresses. So these are our pages. So you can follow us in FB, in Evoa Skincare and Formulation, and our TikTok and Instagram is at myevoa.official. So I hope you can follow us through this social media. Okay, so mukhang wala na po tayong questions. So tonight, okay. May question pa dito kay Miss Caroline Salem. How about ceramide? So, may I know what is your question about ceramide? Miss Caroline, ano po yung specific question ninyo about ceramide? Thank you so much din po, Miss Gemma, for attending my webinar. Okay, thank you, Miss Caroline, for answering here. So it was answered already. Thank you so much po. Okay, so I will not hold you too long. So maraming salamat po for attending my webinar tonight. So with this, I hope you can follow us so we can inform you once we also have another session. It's another topic. Kapag nagkaroon po ako ng another webinar, it will be another topic. So that will be by end of May or early August. So I will also have another webinar for you. Thank you so much po. Thank you, Mr. Julius. God bless you too. God bless you din po. So, thank you so much. Maraming pong salamat. Thank you, Sir Julius, na marami po kayong natutunan. It's so encouraging po to know. Thank you, Miss Aggie. Maraming pong salamat for everyone who attended here. And see you in my next webinar. Maraming pong salamat. Yeah.